So I wanted to go ahead and react to this today. Collin Cowherd put out his top 10 quarterback and wide receiver duos. And Pat McAfee actually just reacted to it, and it was pretty dang funny. Now, for context purposes, we have to remember that this is for forecasting for the future. So this is not going into the season, as Trevor Lawrence and Calvin Ridley have not played together yet. Neither has Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson. So this is for the future of, by the end of this season, this is going to be the top 10 quarterback, wide receiver, and wide receiver duos. Which is so ironic because they have Mahomes and Kelsey when Kelsey's a tight end, right? Because the Chiefs don't have a wide receiver. That's always what the Chiefs fans say. But yet, he's putting them in a quarterback wide receiver duos because, yes, Kelsey is pretty much a wide receiver. Yes, he plays tight end, but he's a glorified wide receiver. Alright, so let's get started right away. Number one makes perfect sense. I don't disagree with this, and I think this should be number one. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase have a special connection. I mean, it is, look at last year, week 1 versus Steelers. I know we lost, and it was an ugly game in the end. But at the very end of the game, the touchdown pass that was called out of bounds, just look at that throw and look at that catch one-handed. That just goes to show you how amazing that connection is between Burrow and Chase. And it is the best in the league. I don't care who else you say, that is number one. Now, I will say, even being a Bengals fan, number 2 should be Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. I think that's a little bit disrespectful to put Trevor Lawrence and Calvin Ridley, again, have not played together. I know this is forecasting, but Mahomes and Kelce has done it for so long together, and they are one of the best, the second best in the league at that combo. I mean, you really can't make that argument. Number 3, I think, is really disrespectful not to put Kirk Cousins and Jay Jettis as number 3. I don't see how you don't. Jay Jettis is the best receiver in the NFL. Kirk Cousins, yeah, he might not be the best quarterback, and I'll give you that. But at the end of the day, when Kirk throws that ball up, that connection between them two, it just works out every single time, no matter what. So I don't see how you can't put those two guys as a 1A, 1B for number 3 here. Number 4, I would put, honestly, probably Tua and Tyreek Hill. You got to keep in mind that I know Aaron Rodgers, why would we put Aaron Rodgers up there? Aaron Rodgers has a lot of weapons in that offense now. Garrett Wilson's going to be great this year. Don't get me wrong, right? But they also have Corey Davis. They also have, I just listed Corey Davis. They also have Alan Lazard. They have other guys there on that receiving core. And they also have a really good running back core, too. With Breece Hall, and now they have, what's his name? Dalvin Cook. So, again, like I said, they have weapons there outside of just Garrett Wilson. So while, yes, there will be a good connection, I don't think it's going to be as crazy of a connection as some of these other options are going to be. So I would put Aaron Rodgers probably down at number 8 there. Tua would be number 4 for me. I think him and Tyreek Hill, Tyreek Hill almost had 2,000 yards last season, okay? I think that's pretty dang well. Number 4 would be Tyreek Hill and Tua. Number 5, I'm going to put Diggs and Allen, even though there was drama and, back and forth of blah, 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 give me the football, don't throw it to anybody else, I should be getting the football. But at the end of the day, when Allen does throw the ball, though sometimes it is ducks, he does throw a really good pass to Stephon Diggs. And it's pretty effective, and yeah, it beats a lot of different opponents. So while, I will say that relationship has been very shaky as of late, it doesn't take away from the fact that by the end of the season, especially how last season ended and the drama over the offseason, this is, again, Allen has made it clear. He's going to give Diggs the ball. He's going to change his ways. He's going to change how he is. He is going to make sure Diggs gets the football a lot more. If that's the case, then this should be amazing connection. Now, the only problem is that offense, they just got a brand new tight end in the draft, Dalton Kincaid. He's going to get more targets too. So that's why I wouldn't put them higher on this list than number 5. But I think it's a very good spot to put them at number 5. Number 6, I can see the argument, but I'd probably put him at number 5. Number 6, though, is where I'm going to put Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson. I'm not saying they shouldn't be top 10 on this list. I fully agree and support the fact they should be top 10 on this list. But again, like I said, it's really about there's a lot of mouths to feed in the New York Jets right now. And I want to look up real fast because I don't want to not list off all the receivers that I can for the Jets, because I know they did definitely pick up a lot of different players. So the receiving core for the Jets is Corey Davis, Alan Lazard, Garrett Wilson. They also picked up McCole Hardman, Randall Cobb. So, okay, so me listing off Corey Davis wasn't a dumb move for me then, because he is definitely a piece there. They also have Tyler Conklin and CJ Uzama. So overall, Brees Hall and Dalvin Cook. So again, there's a lot of mouths to feed, but it's still gonna be a really great connection between A-Rod and Garrett Wilson. So I'm putting him at number 6. Number 7 is probably where I'm gonna put Dak Prescott. I'd probably put Jared Goff, and Amon-Ra St. Brown at number 7. Number 8, I'm gonna put Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. Number 9, I will put Trevor Lawrence and Calvin Ridley. And number 10, I'd probably put Derek Carr and Chris Olave. Now, I'm going to say overall-wise, again, the Jags offense, I'm just going to make sure, double-check myself here, but I'm pretty sure they have the same concept that it's the situation with the Jets. Yeah, they have Calvin Ridley, Zay Jones. Also, they have Christian Kirk, Tim Jones, Jamal Agnew, and then these other guys are kind of like wishy-washy. But they still have Travis Etienne, who's going to get his receiving back. He's a very good receiving back. They have Tank Bigsley, they just picked up in the draft. So again, a lot of mouths to feed. And don't get me wrong, you know, you can make the same argument for Joe Burrow, right? You can say, well, Joe Burrow has T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Tyler Conklin, Chase Brown, and Joe Mixon in the background. So they all have a lot of mouths to feed. But again, Chase is going to get his, right? No matter what happens in that offense, no matter what the score is, no matter what the game plan is, Chase is going to get his. Same thing with Kelsey. Kelsey is going to get his. And again, keep in mind, these are all a top 10 list. All these guys on here are top 10 for a reason, right? They're in this order, obviously, by Collin Cowherd, but they're on this list for a reason with how good they are. And I'm just ranking this based on this top 10 list, as you see on the screen right here. But again, like I said, yeah, you can make the argument for pretty much any team, but I just feel like, especially with how the Jets are going to participate this year and how they're going to do it this year, they're going to try to be not as safe as possible, but they're going to try to, you know, really change this whole culture and change how this offense is this year. And they're going to try to show that, you know, Aaron Rodgers is the answer. So he's not going to just force the ball or just over-target Garrett Wilson. I really think Aaron Rodgers is going to spread the ball out. I know that doesn't really spell volumes to what he did in Green Bay when he was just like, you know, Devontae Adams, you're my guy. And then Jordy Nelson before that. But no, I think he'll spread it out a lot more. But for T-Law, again, like I said, just so many mouths to feed in an offense. So that's my personal opinion. Again, keep in mind, I know everyone has their own opinions. Tell me down below what your order is based on this list. Also, guys, remember, I will be live at 7 o'clock tonight. So about an hour from now, we will be live streaming some football content. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.